download ChatGPT, Jasper, I don't care which one you pick, and start playing with it. You need to
Hmm.
start getting in there and asking it questions and practicing and playing with prompts. I know it sounds so basic for those of us who have been playing around with it for a while. We're like, oh yeah, just go in and use it. But you've got to break through that barrier for yourself and get comfortable and understand how you can start creating your own workflows leveraging the technology. So go in with practice, right? Go in and say, listen, do you have a big, do you have an email that you've been holding off and not writing?
Hmm.
We all have them, right?
Like
The one,
find an opportunity. Find an opportunity to use it.
go in, drop in some content and say, try it, right? See what happens. Get comfortable. Figure out how you need to edit it and revise it for yourself. Until you do that, you're not going to be able to help others, right? It's that is the put your oxygen mask on first moment. Once
Exactly.
you start to play with it, then you can start to understand how these other more complex AI agents and tools can support you. But you got to start at the basics, get comfortable, and
Simple
don't
things.
be afraid.
And here's a simple way to do it. Start with incorporating. I mean, I've been using Grammarly for the last 4 years. Grammarly
Right.
has advanced from a spell check, word check, grammar check into now an incredible set of tools that I use that has my favorite feature on it is sentiment. How do I want to sound to the end user there? Do I want to sound confident? Do I want to sound funny? Do I want to sound assertive? Right? There's
Mhm.
different methods there. So implement a tool into and you don't have to accept everything it says. I probably accept less than 50% of some of the
Sure.
recommendations because it doesn't sound like I want it to say, but at least I saw it and it's giving me a different perspective on options for me there. So
That's
try a
right.
simple tool. Try a simple tool that you could use that's low lift, that's low risk. Get
That's
yourself
right.
comfortable.
And get yourself comfortable. Use it on something you feel comfortable already doing so you can validate and test it out. But listen, there is a moment as a leader and a manager when you realize the people on your team who are coming to you proactively and talking about how they're leveraging AI to make themselves more efficient and more productive and produce better outcomes. Your mind immediately goes to those are the people I
Yeah.
want on my boat, right? Listen, I have a fabulous team. We do a lot of comms and brand marketing work. When I had an employee come to me last week and say, hey, I've been out here programming a separate GPT for our executives' voices. Can you test it out for me? That was a moment of, yeah, that's what we need to see more of, right?
More of
So we're
that.
stepping into figuring out now how do I adjust this to manage our workflows, right?
Yeah, exactly. I love that we're talking about this every week. So let's talk about this other
Mhm.
one that I'm not exactly sure of. It's a little new to me. The
Yeah,
political sorting of work. And
yeah.
what the heck does this mean?
Okay, so I don't- okay, so let's be honest, guys. I think there is what we know to be true and what we all kind of suspected, and I think there's now data and research coming out that is validating what some of us were already starting to suspect.
Hmm.
People are naturally gravitating towards jobs and professions that align as closely as possible to their political belief systems, right? Which is very interesting. And I think has some very interesting ramifications
Oh, big time.
to work environments, but also to how companies evolve in their strategic vision and mission and et
Right.
cetera, right? When you start to create echo chambers, we all know what happens,
Right.
right?
It becomes a culture fit. It becomes like bias. I mean, this is dangerous too. And on the flip side of it too, there's certain organizations out there, that really hold true, right? If we want to look at like Chick-fil-A, for example, too.
Sure.
They're a privately held, family-owned company. They're unapologetic about their core values and their belief